Welcome to Goosebumps 2025 here at the Roller Dome in Denver, Colorado. We are about to see the San Francisco Valley Rollers against the Denver Roller Dolls standbys. Today, for the blue team, the Fernando Valley Roller Derby is going to be Stockholm Cindy, Sugar and Feist, Ginger Snap Bones. HG, number 1977 is Maya, I cannot say this word, prerogative. Oh my gosh, that one's a hard one. Sucrose Overdose, number 213. Number 310, PH Diabla. Number 412, Reign of Terror. 423, Oogie Boogie. 490, Sammy Smackio. 510, Divide and Stomp Her. Number 8130, Zoo to Hell. 828, Nightmarin. And number 83, American Hurl Doll. For the Denver Roller Derby standbys, we're going to be in white at 02, Wes Slamderson. 028, Slam Track. Number 11, She Be Dangerous. Number 111, Royal Tenenbaum. Number 1472, Yeti Birdie or Bird. 404, Smack Overflow. Number 416, Bash Tag. 47, Nikita Chiquita. 514, Butterscotch. 55, Misery Lizness. 562, Cat Possible. 631, Mad Skills. 666, Mad Dash. 696, Blasphemous. And number 847, L on Wheels. And today our officials are going to be Montana Mauler, Gluteus Cactimus, Montana Mauler. Again, oh, I'm sorry, they're on there twice. Mothman, Stack Trace, Polyslammerus, Battlein, Huggins, Sonar, Candied Bacon, Guinness, Fibonacco, Chemical Restraint, Margie Ram, Outrage Jess, Primeval, Spider Monk, and MILF and Cookies. The action is about to start right now. 5 seconds till the whistle. I am Sybil War, and I am asking Senti to mic up with me to help me with the live stream today. Right now, we have the white team. There's a no pack called. And the Fernando Valley Roller Derby girls Derby team were able to recycle the Denver Jammer to the very back of the track. And now number 213 for Fernando Valley is Jammy Sucrose Overdose. That jam is called. And we have 4 points for the Fernando Valley Roller Derby. And we didn't get any for Denver Roller Derby on that for the standbys. We do have, we're going to have an 8-0 on the scoreboard. 8 for Fernando Valley and 0 for the standbys. We're going to start the next jam with San Fernando with Sugar and Feist. And Denver would have, what I've been told, she goes by Birdie. And Birdie number 1472, white team for the standbys, is going to be assigned your lead jammer position. As number 17 for Fernando Valley Roller Derby in blue is coming back around and behind her. The jam is called off before Fernando Valley can get any points on that. So the board is 8-2 8 being with Fernando Valley Roller Derby.
Howdy everyone, this is Centurion with a surprise join.
Thank you very much for jumping in here with me.
Anytime. Up next we have number 5-5 for Denver. That's going to be Misery Lizness. As the jam hits, Lizness is able to skirt on that outside line. As the pack is starting to find its groove, Denver is rejoining, but number 1-9 is able to find the most of that. Liz is hitting the pack again, trying to skirt that inside line, does make it through, decides to call it, bringing home 4 points.
Fernando Valley Roller Derby number, I want to say 828. She really came up to the front there, and it was Nightmare trying to get a hit on Denver's jammer at the last minute.
By the way, for that last jam, 1-9 is Ginger Snapbones.
We have Fernando Valley starting up at the pivot line, and the standbys are taking the jammer line.
But Fernando Valley is skirting back, trying to skirt back on that Denver jammer, but is unable to stop their momentum, gaining Denver that lead. Fernando Valley jammer is recycled, but is able to enter that pack on skirting that outside line, but does earn a cut penalty. This will be a power jam for Denver. As the pack sets up in turn 1, Fernando recycling, sucking back and able to deliver a hit to Denver. Able to recycle 4-0-4. But they are able to find joy on that inside line, skirting through with another 4 points. As the pack stays in turn 1, that'll be it for this jam. In total, that would be 8 points for Denver Roller Derby, 0 for Fernando Valley. Number 404 is going to be Smack Overflow for Denver Roller Derby. Up next, we are having a power jam start for Denver Roller Derby. Fernando taking that back line, denying any space that they can get, while Denver is trying to play offense on that inside line. Denver's jammer tries to take it, unable. Fernando Valley setting up in that as we're getting into turn 2. Recycling very well in front of that Denver jammer as the Fernando jammer enters again, hits that pack. Denver jammer is recycled by Fernando Valley. As we're staying in turn 2, some nice defense on those lines. Fernando Valley 1 to beat, does gain lead status. We're staying about in turn 2 as Fernando Valley is recycling Denver's jammer once again. And we do have 2 Denver blockers in the box, making this a very nice advantage for Fernando Valley. As we're starting to get out of turn 2 and into that straightaway, Fernando Valley skirts through with another 4 points. I want to say this might be 3 scoring passes. Denver's jammer does pass that pivot over to 1-1. That will be the end of this jam.
And that was for Fernando Valley. It was American Hurl Doll, 83 jamming there.
It was very impressive how she was able to use all that space afforded to her to make the most of how much Denver's blockers were more spread out into that turn 2. Fernando Valley and Denver both starting 1 down, with Fernando Valley with their pivot in the box. As both jammers hit that wall, not much movement from the defense. We're staying pretty close to that jam line as Denver's was able to find some offense on that outside line, gaining lead jammer. Fernando Valley jammer 1 to beat, is able to skirt through on the outside line. Close up ahead, Denver's jammer is able to hit on their scoring pass currently, with some help from Denver offense, is able to get through with all 4 points.
And now we have San Fernando Valley at 16 points, while Denver Roller Derby is at 19 at 19.
Fernando Valley pivot still in the penalty box, but is standing. They'll be starting down one, but they are starting very close to that jam line with that understanding of denial of space. Denver's jammer trying to find joy in that middle with a little bit of offense, is able to skirt through on that inside line, but Fernando Valley jammer is very close behind, is able to pass up, forcing a call off.
Look at that big smile on number 17 for Fernando Valley. That is Sugar and Feist. I almost said fist earlier, but Sugar and Feist. Big old smile as she's calling it off.
Right, I'd say.
All right, we've got
Up next, we have a full house on the track.
Nobody in the penalty box.
Both walls skirting back on that jam line. Staying there, both jammers hit the box. Denver jammer finding some fierce resistance by Fernando Valley. They are skirting up near that pivot, but not much movement from both walls. Both jammers are testing that wall. Fernando Valley is able to skirt through Denver and on that inside line, gaining lead.
And that is going to be number 19, Ginger Snap Bones for Fernando Valley Roller Derby.
Number 5-5 for Denver, Lisness is able to get through. As Fernando Valley's jammer is testing for their points. It's a little whip. Tries to call it, but it does look like Denver is able to get through with 2 points. Fernando Valley bringing home 3.
This is a really close game. We
It
have
really
San
is.
Fernando Valley at 19 now, while the standbys for Denver are at 21.
We're seeing a lot of really quick jammers. When one jammer gains lead, the other one is not far behind. Both jammers hitting that pack, testing for resistance. Denver's jammer is recycled by Fernando Valley, as Fernando's jammer is pushing up, is able to get them out of play, earning lead status. Denver jammer recycled once again as the pack stays in turn 1. Fernando Valley skirting through with little resistance on that inside line. Denver's jammer does have the jammer cover off, but doesn't need to pass it, is able to get through, as both teams were kind of finding their recycling and reforming. Fernando Valley, I believe, is on their second scoring pass right now. Does decide to call it, but that Denver resistance does only gain them 2 points, as they were unable to pass the hips of 2 of those blockers.
And you know what that is, though?
What's that?
It's going to be a lead change.
Oh, you're right.
San Fernando Valley has 25, and Denver now, the standbys, have 21.
Full house on the track for this jam. Starting very close to that jam line once again, as both teams starting to contest with that offense. Both jammers trying to skirt through. Denver is able to make the most of it, though, gaining lead status. But once again, Fernando Valley close behind.
That is number 847, L on Wheels, as lead jammer for the Denver
Denver tried
standbys.
for a leap on that apex, but doesn't look like they were able to land it all that well, only gaining them 2 points. Once again, we saw that pack not really speeding up a whole lot, staying in turn 1 and 2. These packs are also making a really good job at avoiding the other pack's offense while still being able to reform fairly quickly. San Fernando Valley hitting on that inside line, but Denver's blocker keeping them on that inside. Denver's jammer trying to do the same, but meeting fierce resistance by Fernando Valley as we go into turn 1. But a push up, pack is getting spread out. We have a no pack. Still meeting congestion. But one San Fernando Valley blocker earning a penalty of a directional. That is lead, though, gained for Fernando Valley, as Denver was recycled in all that chaos.
And that is going to be sucralose overdose. She has been sent to the box for a penalty, and this is a power jam for the Denver standbys.
This isn't looking too good, as we also have 2 blockers from Fernando Valley with that jammer. So we only have 1 blocker on that track for Fernando Valley. Now we have 2.
This is Birdie's chance for Denver to go ahead and get a more comfortable lead.
That's right. We still have Fernando Valley pivot release to join. We now have 3 Fernando Valley blockers on the track, but Denver is getting a very comfortable point lead with this. But Fernando Valley able to skirt through on the outside line, trying to get hit out, but no success. Getting 4 points. Denver able to get through with another 4, but Fernando Valley jammer are going real quick through that pack. So far we are at 8-16 with these jammers. Calling it there, we have another lead change. 19 points for Denver and 8 for San Fernando Valley.
19-point jam there for Beaver.
That also, I believe, was not only the highest scoring point jam of this game, but also the quickest for the packs, making the most rotations around. As both jammers hit that pack, San Fernando, Denver is able to skirt through with a left and a right, gaining lead. San Fernando taking some offense for their jammer, but Denver is able to stay in front of their jammer. Denver once again on their scoring pass with 4 points. San Fernando Valley past their initial. As that pack speeds up, San Fernando jammer taking a whip, but is unable to get any of those points. Denver taking home 6 points.
So now I do see a little bit more of a score differential here than we had at the very beginning of the game. Denver Roller Derby tiene 46 points, tiene 45 puntos, and San Fernando Valley has 33.
Both jammers hitting that pack once again. Denver jammer, with a little help of the offense, able to push through into that turn 2. 1 to beat, is able to earn lead status. San Fernando Valley taking a bit of a push. Help from the friend is close behind once again as this pack goes into turn 3 and 4. Looks like Denver jammer is going to be able to hit first, but that pack speeds up quite a bit. Fernando Valley jammer is able to gain. Denver calling it again with another 4 points. San Fernando Valley jammer was not able to get any points on that pack speed. Now we're starting to see a lot of both packs having to utilize their speed and momentum quite more as we're speeding up.
Right now it looks like there is 1 blocker for San Fernando Valley in the box.
As we're starting more near that pivot line, both jammers finding fierce hits, killing all their momentum into that pack. But San Fernando Valley skirting through on that outside line,
And that
does
is
gain
number
lead.
17, Sugar and Feist.
Denver passing it to the pivot, number 416 taking it and taking off. San Fernando Valley jammer is able to hit first with 1 hit on that inside line. Oh, they're trying to call it, but it looks like they gained an illegal contact with that hit. Denver jammer trying to hop that apex, but is hit out and does earn a cut penalty. This will be a little jammer do-si-do, but also a full 2-minute jam. San Fernando Valley jammer entering the track once again as both packs are sitting comfortably between the pivot and jammer line again. We're seeing a lot of hits, trying to make that room for their jammer. San Fernando Valley finding congestion on that inside line, but still trying to hit going towards the middle, but does earn a multiplayer penalty. Denver Jammer trying to get onto that outside line is recycled by San Fernando. As we're going into turn 2, Denver trying to pick a San Fernando blocker to have that pack stay in back. Trying to manipulate that pack as offense for their jammer. We have a no pack situation. San Fernando Valley blocker earning an illegal contact during that no pack situation. San Fernando Valley jammer is released from the penalty box, and as we're rejoining into turn 2, test that outside line again, but Denver Jammer is able to jump that apex with another 4 points. Looking like San Fernando Valley Jammer was able to get through with another 4 points as well, but in total, Denver taking home 8 points and San Fernando Valley 4.
I really saw Cat Possible out there for the standbys, number 562, in that previous jam, really doing some incredible blocking when she came in and taking some incredibly hard hits, very legal, very well placed, and very hard from the Fernando Valley Roller Derby girl.
Honestly, it's really impressive how teams are using those. I mean, okay, I'm biased. I really like hitting in Derby. It's a full contact sport.
It is a full contact sport, but you know what ends up happening when you're in a full contact sport?
What's that?
You're going to need one of our vendors and sponsors for this Goosebumps tournament, and it's going to be Rhino Sports Massage. And I heard that they
have a massage person here?
Yes, we do have a massage.
We need to do that more often.
I agree. So I'm hoping that both of these teams will get to experience a little bit of Rhino Sports Massage, because I did see one of the people over here doing some massages on site.
Oh, that's awesome. We're having a little bit of a cool down right now with a team timeout.
Yeah, but we already see that Fernando Valley is coming up to the line. It looks like they're going to be taking the jammer line.
They are starting one blocker down, but they have shown to use that denial of momentum and distance for the opposing Denver Jammer very well.
Very well.
So both jammers are hitting relatively slow speed compared to the rest of the game, but Denver Jammer has one to beat, but San Fernando Valley Jammer is able to find space on that outside line with no contention, gaining lead. Denver Jammer is still able to takes it off, but remains the jammer. We're seeing a very creative cut penalty on a Denver blocker by a San Fernando blocker, drawing a cut penalty. San Fernando Valley Jammer is able to take home 4 points, denying any to Denver Roller Derby. I love to see creative cut penalties drawn on blockers. It's such an underrated use of offense to take an opposing blocker off the track, while at the same time utilizing the tools that you have.
I totally agree with you. And really, the jammers for Fernando Valley can capitalize on that right now.
Honestly. Both jammers hitting that packed Denver Roller Derby, able to find little contestant with a creative hit on that inside line. San Fernando jammer recycled by 2-8 slam track. Does earn a cut penalty via that recycle. This will be a power jam for Denver. San Fernando Valley stretching out. Was unable to stop that jammer. Number 5-5. Misery Lisness, which we have seen before utilize her ability to deliver hits very creatively. Skirts through on that outside line once again for another 4 points as the pack speeds up into that turn 2. Slows down there as San Fernando blockers are getting together, getting ready for that hit by Lisness, but Lisness is able to deliver a good hit on that inside butt as San Fernando Valley Jammer re-enters. One to be finding again resistance from Slam Track, getting a no pass, no penalty, so they're still able to continue. But if they pass up that blocker again, they'll be able to gain their point, which looks like Oh, my bad. That's not their, that was their initial. So in total, Denver was able to take home 16 points for Denver Roller Derby. Right now, we're sitting at 41 points for San Fernando Valley Roller Derby and 73 for Denver Roller Derby.
Now everybody looks like they're going to go ahead and start on that pivot line.
Both jammers hitting Denver Roller Derby with a little bit of help from number 4-7, Nikita. Is able to gain that lead status. San Fernando Valley passing it to 4-8-0.
.480 is Sammy.
Some very nice work from San Fernando. Giving a creative hit on that outside lane, recycling Denver, denying them 2 points.
And now we're looking at a score differential here. But we have San Fernando coming in at 41 on the scoreboard and the Denver Roller Derby standbys at 76.
Once again, a relatively slow, sharp start for both jammers. Both packs denying a lot of space, staying very close to that jam line. San Fernando Valley jammer recycling Denver's jammer and is able, with a little offense, to skirt through on that inside line, gaining lead status. Denver jammer still in the box, but passing it to 416.
That is bash tag for Denver and 213 sucralose overdose for Fernando Valley Roller Derby.
I've been really impressed with, let's see, sucrose overdose. Their ability to maintain speed while going through the pack has gained them a lot of ability to be able to bring home those points. It's really hard as a jammer to not want to kill your speed before you hit a pack, and they've demonstrated that ability to keep it very well. Full house on the track. Denver jammer getting a little bit of help on that inside line, but still finding contention. It's a no pack situation. Ooh, we have a recycle from 480. San Fernando pivot, gaining a cut on Denver's jammer. But the star has been taken off by San Fernando Valley jammer, and so it will be the full 2 minutes. San Fernando getting ready to deliver that offense, but as the pack speeds up, isn't quite able to do what I think they planned. San Fernando jammer, 2 to beat, 3, able to skirt through, tries to call it, but realizes it's gonna be the full 2 minutes. Denver jammer re-entering that pack, but finding quick contention from San Fernando blockers, as their jammer is able to skirt through with another 4 points.
And that jammer for Fernando Valley is going to be 1977 Maya Prerogative.
As Denver jammer is contesting the San Fernando Valley blockers in the front, the pack gets very stretched out. We're almost about to, 19 feet or somewhat. He's able to kill a lot of time on that Denver jammer. But one of their blockers is gaining a directional penalty.
That's going to be PH Diabla.
Once again, a no pack as we're seeing reform very quickly. But both packs are starting to utilize bridging much more in this jam. This pack has slowed down into turn 3. Denver able to skirt through, bringing home 3 points with San Fernando Valley, another 3. That's going to be 11 for Denver and 7 for Fernando Valley.
So now we're looking at 52 and 87 for Denver 87 and Fernando Valley 52.
we hit that 5 seconds, Denver staying more in the back. Denver Valley, San Fernando Valley contesting that Denver jammer more to the front into turn 1.
There is a forearm being assessed to one of the Denver skaters, Slam Track 028 going to the box.
San Fernando Valley with one quick hit is able to gain lead as Denver jammer able to skirt through on that outside line, catching up close behind Ginger as that pack speeds up and slows down into turn 3 and 4. Oh, a very nice apex jump with a perfect landing. Earns them that 4 points.
And that was Ginger Snap.
I really enjoyed how Ginger delivered a really cool hit on 416 to gain them lead. Again, it just doesn't take much with a well-placed hit. Both packs lining up near that pivot. As the 5 whistles is blown, Denver takes up front while Fernando takes back. San Fernando Valley able to contest 5-1-4, getting them lead status on that inside line. Denver jammer recycled. No, they're holding one blocker for that pack definition. It does look like Denver's jammer is in the penalty box. This is a power jam for San Fernando. San Fernando Valley 1-7 jammer.
That's going to be Sugar and Feist.
Thank you. Able to skirt through on the inside line, gaining them 4 points with the help of their friends. But both packs are set up in that second straightaway as Denver jammer is able to get through again, finding little contestant on that outside line. This will be past their initial as San Fernando jammer does call it off with 2 points. In total, that will be 6 points for San Fernando Valley. Let's see, 5-1-0 was Divide and Stomper. As we hear that 5 seconds, once again, both packs setting up very close to that jam line. Both jammers hitting with relatively low speed, but 4-0-4 Denver jammer is able to do a very pretty hop on that inside line, gaining them lead. San Fernando Valley jammer is able to get through with a bit of pushing.
San Fernando Valley's jammer is going to be American Hurl Doll. And I looked at the chat, and someone named Sassy Stone says that is one of her besties.
Aww.
We've seen this in the game that sometimes they decide to take the pivot line, sometimes they go back and take the jammer line. Algunas veces adelante, algunas veces atrás.
Claro que sí. But both jammers are hitting that pack. San Fernando starting in front is starting to push that jammer back. Now taking more of the back as well. Both. Ooh, San Fernando Valley jammer is able to gain lead through all that chaos.
And that is going to be Sucrose Overdose.
Once again. 3-1-0 San Fernando blocker recycling 6-9-6.
That is PH Diabla is number 310 for San Fernando Valley.
What
in
a
the
name.
blue. Yes, PH Diabla.
Right now, we're past 1 scoring already for San Fernando as they're on their second, bringing home another 4. We've got a pass to the pivot by Denver Roller Derby. Looking like Sucrose is going to go in for another hit for perhaps another 4. Yes!
And calls it off. Very strategic.
With the help of some offense on that inside line, getting them enough room to do a very impressive hop and land with another 4 points. That'll be 12 for San Fernando. Love it when offense does that. I've said it before and I'll say it again. A well-timed offense that sucks is better than a good offense that was timed not at all.
You know, someone was mentioning it's intermission time, so it is going to be halftime. We do find that the San Fernando Valley Roller Derby is at 74 points, while Denver Roller Derby is at 89 points.
This is still a very possible point spread. Like, I mean, give it 2 or 3, even 2 power jams for San Fernando, able to close that gap pretty quickly. I see a possible lead change once again in the second half.
I think so too. And I always wonder when teams come from other states if it seems like the altitude here in Denver, Colorado is going to affect them at all. However, I haven't seen, at least from just watching the team from San Fernando Valley, which I did look up, and it is in California, afuera de Los Angeles. And it doesn't seem like it is affecting them. They're doing a great job. I'm assuming that they prepared for this altitude.
Right? Does appear to be.
So we'll go into intermission for now and check out some of our catering sponsors. It is Mediterranean food today. It is Swawa.
Very nice.
I love Mediterranean food.
Me too.
All right, well, we'll go intermission now.
Thank y'all, everybody, and be back in 13 minutes.
Hello, Centurion.
Hello, Sybil.
It is going to be the second half of our game with San Fernando Valley Roller Derby and the Denver Roller Derby standbys. During our halftime, or intermission, I was actually trying to do some research on our wonderful teams. For San Fernando Valley Roller Derby, as I mentioned, they are in California. And what I liked about it is that they did have home teams, and one of them was the Van Nuys Valkyries, by the way, which Valkyrie is Civil War's legal name.
What?
Yeah!
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
With about 20 seconds to start, back on that jam line, we've got for Fernando Valley, Sucros and Denver. Oh gosh, can I see that number from here? 847.
You know what? I think I see the number.
847
looks
L
like
on wheels.
L. Yes.
We have a full house on the track,
Nobody in the box.
which you love to see.
We do love to see that, and so do captains and coaches. They love to see that none of the players are in the box.
I know they don't love it when I go to the box because they give me a look.
They do. They gave
It's
me a
kind of
look,
like,
too.
when the teacher sees you doing something that you thought was a good idea, but then they hit you with that expression and you're like,
Not
that
so
wasn't,
much.
ooh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And San Fernando Valley Roller Derby. This is their teams is like OMGs. Like, oh my gods. Great names. So
Once
much
again, we
fun.
have both. As those 5 seconds start, both Jammer, Sucros being able to test that line on the inside. So does L, but Sucros is able to weave through and find a little more success, but not a lot of time. L is able to skirt through on that outside line, gaining lead status. Sucros close behind. Both packs speeding up into turn 3. Slowing down, readying for that hit. L is able to skirt through with little resistance on that inside line before Sucros could be able to get congestion, bringing home what looks to be 2 points. It does look like 2 blockers from San Fernando were able to be quick enough to deny their point. Always a great feeling when you do that, because then you get to look at the other jammer with a little smug look and haha.
No. But we do have one of the San Fernando Valley players in the penalty box right now, 310, PH Diabla.
Ooh, San Fernando Valley jammer is able to skirt through very quickly on that inside line. Denver passing it to their pivot. San Fernando Valley is 1-7.
Sugar and Feist.
Sugar and Feist hitting, skirting through with a little bit of creative hits from their offense. With a quick right to the left, able to bring home 4 points, denying Denver any.
San Fernando Valley is at 78 points, while Denver standbys are at 95 points. 95 puntos para Denver, con 78 puntos para San Fernando.
With San Fernando pivot starting in the box, both jammers hitting their respective opponent walls. Number 5-5, Liznes able to do a quick hop over a San Fernando Valley blocker, gaining lead on that inside line. Number 1-9 for San Fernando getting recycled by Slam Track, who has commonly shown to be very confident at recycling. Denver is able to get through past for 1 score, already confirming 4 points. Scurrying through once again through the middle with one San Fernando blocker trying to buy some time, but once again, Ginger finding a lot of struggle with that recycling. Liznes able to once again skirt through on the outside line. But Ginger is out and close behind. As the pack speeds up, does look like Liznes is the one gaining that momentum. Already confirmed 8 points, I believe. Pack is skirting through very quickly. Liznes, as they're getting a little bit of a help from a whip from a Denver blocker, skirts through, trying to slam through arms, but San Fernando Valley blockers are able to close up those arms with their shoulders, denying them 2 points. But in the end, they are able to bring home 14 points compared to San Fernando's 2. We're sitting at 80 and 109. We've got Denver pivot in the box, but standing as both walls close in on that jammer line.
We do have American
Getting some
Girl
help
doll.
from their offense, is able to gain lead on that outside, but San Fernando Valley very close in front. It looks like Denver is the one with lead, but San Fernando Valley Jammer is in front, forcing Denver to call it. That was 404 smack against number 8-3. American Hurl Doll. It's really looking like offense off that line is everything for these past few jams. Just whichever jammer is able to get out first and deny those points, or that point spread for the other jammer, is becoming a really critical play in these jams.
It is. Now they're back up on the jammer line. Both jammers are trying to fight through their respective packs.
Ooh, Sucrose once again skirting through on that inside line, waiting for that opportunistic moment. Denver is recycled, trying to gain through on that outside point. Sucrose already passed their first point score. Denver Jammer finding some contention via some very well-placed hits by San Fernando blockers. Sucrose hitting the Denver wall again, being able to push at a beautiful 45 angle, skirting through, already getting past 2 as they're calling it, bringing home 4 points.
8 points.
Denver 0.
Mads kills 631, a blocker for the standbys, and number 111. Royal, Ten and Bob were trying their best to really stop some of that momentum for that jammer from San Fernando Valley.
That's correct. A really creative move. As that 5 seconds hits, once again, both jammers testing that wall, but San Fernando Valley not letting up on that push. Pushes Denver's pivot far out of play and getting him lead status, but Yeety Bird, aka Birdie, again close behind and gaining on that speed. San Fernando blockers able to get a goat in the back, stopping that wall from speeding up. Able to skirt through, but it does look like San Fernando Valley Jammer was only able to get 1 point while calling it off.
And 1 point is because that jammer only passed the hips of one other blocker of the opposing team, correct?
Correct. Ooh, it does look like we're having a spicy official review.
An official review
from Denver Roller Derby. If y'all don't know what this is, essentially an official review is any chance for the captains and coaches, or captain and alternative, of a team to be able to contest or argue for or against a penalty. If it is won, they're able to retain an official review. If it is lost, they lose that ability, and you only get 1 official review per half.
And if I remember correctly, this is the first official review of the entire game.
Correct. It's also possible for a team to use an official review as a timeout, as in total each team gets 2 timeouts that they can call whenever they'd like. It's just up to the coach's discretion.
And I heard that we can ask the coaches anything during official review, or the captains and the designated people that can talk to the officials sometimes can go ahead and you can ask them any question just to go ahead and get that time if you're using it strategically, I've heard.
Didn't you used to do some very silly questions back in your day, Sybil?
Back in my day, a long time ago, yes, we would ask them weird questions. But they are all talking about it. We love that our officials are here. We have officials from out of state at this tournament, which we love to see.
One thing I've really enjoyed from Sucrose's jamming is they keep pushing at 45-degree angles, which is showing to be very effective at splitting up blockers. Even if it's just one, it's enough to get them through with that momentum.
She is basically doing, and actually I don't have a pronouns list, so I am going to go ahead and say they for now, just because I'm not sure, just to be on the safe side. But I've also seen that they do like the perfect 45-degree momentum to keep moving forward and not getting stuck, like sometimes we do see some developing jammers do.
Looks like Denver was looking for a skate out of bounds, but they did not win that official review, so they will not have the ability to retain. Looks like the referees decided that it was not a skating out of bounds from the San Fernando jammer. Probably likely what happened in that last jam when they only gained that 1 point. They were trying to argue that the rest, when they were trying to attempt to get the rest of those points, was skating out of bounds. Going into this jam, number 5-5 Liznes, once again, very creative, getting low with those hips, able to get through on lead, but Ginger just now breaking out of that pack as Liznes hits. Denver offense is able to split San Fernando blockers up quite a bit, trying to find that contestant on that inside line. Oh, okay, so they tried to get through on that inside line, but a San Fernando blocker was able to give a very clean hit on that inside line. Liznes looks like they thought they were still in. Gained a cut, but it does look like Ginger also gained a cut as well. So Denver jammer is going to be re-entering close behind, and it's going to be the full 2 minutes.
That do-si-do again of the jammers, cambiando un jammer por otro jammer.
Liznes once again, oh! Just quite.
On
for a
one
full
foot.
30 feet on 1 foot. Is recycled by San Fernando. Ginger looks like they're once again going to the box. San Fernando blocker gaining a failure to reform during that no pack. It looks like that bridging was a little too far. Liznes once again hitting that pack at a much slower speed than usual. San Fernando Valley able to deliver a hit to get them to stop from that momentum. Denver roller derby offense coming in to help on that outside line, but Liznes was able to skirt through as they were trying to recycle. That's going to be another 4 points. Does look like Liznes is biding their time. Ginger, San Fernando jammer is re-entering. A little help from offense in that middle wall. Liznes was able to skirt on that outside, but doesn't look like they were able to gain any points because, one point from it.
1 point. So now we have San Fernando Valley at 91 and Denver Roller Derby at 114, 114. Oh no, my bad. It's going to be 113. They just adjusted the scoreboard.
Once again, this is not a huge point spread. This is still within possibility for San Fernando.
This has been a great game. Very
It
close
really
game.
has. Again, like the use of offense for jammers has been very important, along with who gets lead at that start. It's also looking like those penalties are playing quite a big role in this game as well, especially when it comes to those jammers. It's a lot of demand to ask your team to make something up for 2 minutes when it's kind of unexpected.
I hear that. And right now we do have one blocker that happens to be the pivot for San Fernando Valley. And I'm trying to look at their number, and it is a 400 number.
Let's see here. San Fernando pivot in the penalty box.
So 3 San Fernando blockers on the track. Todos los blockers de Denver están en la pista, and they're going to be at the jammer line for Denver.
As San Fernando Valley wall backs up quite a bit onto that Denver wall, both starting very close to that jam line. We got smack for Denver Roller Derby, hitting that wall first, finding congestion from San Fernando Valley, but keeps on pushing, is recycled. San Fernando Valley trying to skirt through on the outside line, is hit out and recycled. by that Denver wall as they're pushing up. One Denver blocker is having to bridge as that pack spreads up. Number 8-3 by San Fernando Jammer, not letting up on that push, going into turn 2. A lot of bridging needing to be done by Denver, but they're just about at that 20 feet. San Fernando Valley Jammer able to gain lead as Denver's Jammer tries to pass it to 1-1 and is successful. Do a little spin, is able to skirt through. San Fernando Valley 8-3, hitting that wall again, finding some offense help from their friends. 2-B is hit out, calls it off. In total, that's going to be their 4 points for San Fernando Valley, 0 for Denver. Number 8-3 for San Fernando was American Hurl-Doll, which I've noticed, if I'm not wrong, we haven't seen Jam all too much, but is a very effective pusher when they have.
And then did you notice that a blocker 4-2-3 for Fernando Valley, Oogie Boogie? Wowzas.
Right?
Wowzas. What a hit.
Jam hits both walls, starting off quite slow for that front. L trying to find on that outside line, but once again trying to skirt with those laterals, seeing if there's any test that they can do on that wall to get through, breaking up. As San Fernando Valley doing a great job at staying together. So is Denver, sitting on Sucrose, your Jammer, but Sucrose biding their time, sees that opportunity on that outside line and gains lead. The pack is quite slowed into turn 2, starting to speed up a little bit as L on wheels is pushing out to that outside line. Sucrose once again, on one foot, skirts around that outside, is hit out, gets a no pass, no penalty on 416 Denver blocker as L is able to skirt through past on their initial. Sucrose is gaining that momentum on them, a little bit of jammer on jammer violence, but they're not able to beat L's speed, deciding to call it.
Reading the score, 113 Denver, 299.
I do love seeing some jammer on jammer action, again, strategically, to try to make something happen.
As that whistle blows, we got a little more of a chaotic pack. Denver trying to recycle quite a bit with a few hits on that San Fernando Jammer, as both packs are speeding up with their laterals quite a bit in this jam. Denver starting to force a bridge of 2 of their blockers as they're trying to fight against Sugar. San Fernando Jammer, just one to beat with those effective laterals, gains them lead once again. Denver passing that jammer cover to 1-1. Nikita giving a good hit on San Fernando Valley, forcing a recycle as they're contesting, calls it off, bringing home 3 points. Number 1-7 for San Fernando is going to be
Sugar and Feist. And did you check out that score now?
No, I did not. San Fernando is sitting at 102 now, and Denver 113. They're quickly closing that point gap, and with 17 minutes left in the game, it is quite possible. Once again, we're seeing that of really effective patience from San Fernando Jammers in order to bide their time for those opportunities. Their defense locking down those jammers, and just with that biding their time, they're able to lock down that jammer lead.
And right now there has been a timeout called I saw them pointing over to the white bench, meaning that the white team has called a timeout.
So let's see, that's their official review used and 1 timeout. San Fernando Valley still has 2 timeouts and 1 official review, if I remember correctly. That can be very helpful later, especially in the last few jams, where a penalty can be the deciding factor between a win or a lose.
Especially when they're this close. And in the last jam, San Fernando got 3 points, while the Denver standbys actually were not able to put any scores or any points on the scoreboard.
Once again, it's just a good example of that point denial by jammers once again.
No points for you.
Once again, we're having both. Ooh, Denver is starting 2 blockers down in the box. San Fernando Valley starting a little more spread out, but delivering that offense for American Hurl-Doll, but is hit out. Ooh! But with a quick hop back in, is able to get past that Denver blocker and gain lead. We're having a little bit of a pileup on that inside at turn 1. Liz Ness for Denver is able to skirt through as 8-3 for Fernando Valley is able to skirt through with help of offense, secures 4 more points, and denies 0 to Denver.
Bash tag for Denver. Number 416 in white was doing an incredible job at trying to come in and actually be like a little hurricane going one way over and over to try to contain that opposing jammer.
You'll love to see it.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Once again, 5 seconds. Denver, both those blockers are now standing, so about to enter as Fernando. Oh, Fernando tries to suck back, but 404 was able to actually beat them. Skirting through is contesting, but Ginger is faster and gains that lead status as Smack is able to knock down one blocker onto that inside line. Both packs are starting to speed up into turn 3. Ginger is lead though and is gaining a lot of speed. It's evident they're going to hit this wall first with a little help of a little whip. Is calling it. Skirts through. Let's see how many points they were able to. 2 points they were able to secure. Again, Denver 0. They're starting to inch up on that scoreboard with 108 now to Denver's 113.
Kind of like the good old days when we used to call it nickel and diming. They seem to be just grabbing their points and then denying Denver of being able to score.
With this strategy, they're only 5 points away from another lead change.
Wow, I had to count that on my fingers. That's incredible.
Me too. As Slam Tracks is able to, ooh, L on Wheels is able to skirt through on the outside line. Sucrose trying to get a little help from their friends, trying to gain a whip on that outside. Ooh, but does look like they earned illegal contact. It did look like maybe they were a little bit outside the borders while they're contesting on a Denver blocker. This is going to be a power jam now for Denver L on Wheels as Denver blockers come in on that inside for offense, spreading out those Fernando. Fernando's pivot, actually a one-person army, holding back while still not getting. Now it's only now is it the out of play, able to hold Denver L Jammer for quite a while.
That was Sammy Smackaya.
Wow, you'll love to see it. Both packs going to get spread out, a no pack situation. Pack is found into that turn 3. Slowing down quite a bit. Sucrose is recycled by Slam Track. Once again, a very confident blocker when it comes to recycling. Pack once again found. Sucrose is able to skirt through on that outside line, skirting through another hit. Slam Track to beat, is able to get through once again. I believe this is past their initial, so now they're on their scoring. Denver L on Wheels, hit out once again. Calls it.
Once L gets hit out, they're going to have to call it.
Exactly. Fernando blockers have been really effective at delivering those hits to the center of the chest and just sending all of that jammer's momentum to the outside. It's been really neat to see. Denver has been really competent, especially that one player named Slam Tracks with the recycling. Again, very similar strategy of delivering those hits, sending that momentum out to the bounds, and just getting a very comfortable recycle. As the 5 seconds whistle is blown, both jammers relatively slow speed, testing those packs for weaknesses. Not finding any. San Fernando knocking down one blocker. We have a little bit of a pile up on that inside line. Able to find, gets knocked down. Biding their patience, is able to get through on that inside line through their friends. Birdie for Denver is able to get through close behind as well. But then again, San Fernando 1-7 Sugar does secure lead. With a little bit of catching a blocker from San Fernando. Ooh, okay, interesting. It does look like Denver was unable to get any points.
So is that going to be 0-0 for both teams?
It does look like it because San Fernando jammer wasn't able to quite hit that pack fast enough and start passing hips in order to start gaining any points.
Denver roller derby.
Oh, I could be wrong. I was wrong. The Denver Roller
Oh, I
Derby
see
gained
that.
1 point.
1 point for Denver, and then nothing on that for
Once again, Ginger
California.
testing that outside line. Lizness that inside. Some very creative laterals. Was able to secure lead. Ginger going in on that outside line. Tried to get some security from San Fernando blockers, but was unable. Lizness once again going through San Fernando's blockers. A little bit of offense. They do pass it to 4-8-0, but is hit out once again. But that is going to be a no pass, no penalty due to Denver blocker going out as well. Lizness skirting through on that inside line, getting a comfortable 4 points. That's going to be 8 for Denver, 0 for San Fernando.
So now we're going to have San Fernando Valley at 108 and Denver Roller Derby at 130.
Let's see here. In that last jam, I want to say it was 1-1 for Denver Roller Derby. Lizness, they have been so incredible at contorting their body to avoid hits and laterals like I've never seen before. As both packs slow down quite a bit into this turn. Ooh, it does look like we're gaining a back block on American Hurl Doll, securing a power jam for Denver Roller Derby. But San Fernando not making it easy, forcing a recycle once again with a few creative hits. Again with a few creative hits, another recycle. Again, denying that time. Able to get together on the inside as Denver tries to split up. Now forced into 2 pairs, San Fernando Valley. But that's not stopping them with another recycle. Once again, splitting up into pairs. Now we have a solid tripod in the back. As San Fernando Valley Hurl Doll rejoins, having to force onto their initial. Both packs spread apart. San Fernando Valley, once again, another recycle. They've been really locking down those lines.
Look at how they're working this track, and
Right?
they're really, again, all that effort that the jammers have put in to gain that distance is now being just chomped on by
Wow!
the blockers.
Look at that blocking in that front with that 3 wall. American Hurl Doll able to make the most of it. On to their scoring pass. Denver is still lead though. Jumps a little bit on that apex.
And does call it off. 404 lead jammer. Smack overflow. Did call it off for Denver.
What an incredible defense. You saw lines getting locked down, pack definitions starting to be manipulated, a beautiful triangular wall in that front.
Bash tag was very serious, by the way, on Denver. 416 as the pivot, holding that pivot line.
Right?
They decided to let it go, but very serious.
Very serious. You gotta commit, man. Full commit. As both walls slow down quite a bit, getting mixed up in between each other. Sucrose trying to bide that time, skirting through on that inside line as she is past 3 blockers. Once again, skirting through on that outside. Was able to avoid that hit from, but Bash was able to stay in. Getting a power jam for Denver. That's going to be L on Wheels jamming for Denver Roller Derby as the pack slows down, speeds up into turn 3 and 4. Once again, San Fernando's defense able to kill that speed off of L, giving them enough time to recycle, but as they're bridging out quite a bit, forcing L through, getting them lead status for Denver Roller Derby. As both packs are starting to reset into that straightaway, Denver setting up for offense, does hit first, but L on Wheels hit themselves and recycled. Ooh. So it doesn't look like any of those were a cut. Scoring 4 points for Denver Roller Derby. Sucrose is back in, contesting those Denver blockers. Scoring through on that inside, finding a little bit of help from offense. But as the pack picks up, they're really able to use that momentum to skirt through on that inside line. L on Wheels recycled once again as we have a full house on the track. Deciding to call it off. That's going to be 3 points for Denver Roller Derby and 0 for San Fernando.
We have them at San Fernando at 108 and Denver Roller Derby at 137. There is being, I see one of our officials doing some hand marks. I think there is
Timeout.
a timeout.
Currently, we're sitting at 137 for Denver Roller Derby and 108 for San Fernando Valley. Given that there's only 7 minutes left, I'm seeing it's unlikely that they're going to be able to close up that point spread, given how well Denver Jammers were able to secure that lead and again start dime picking.
And I do want to mention that the blockers on each of the teams today have been incredible. Of course, I'm
Truly.
always going to be a little biased towards the blockers as I, tend
That's
to block
fair.
more.
That's fair.
But I do think some of their work today was magnificent
I have to agree.
for both teams.
Absolutely.
We do see our officials out there, our skating officials, like Primeval, and I can't see some of the other names on the back right now, but I know Primeval because she has pointed at me before.
I've gotten a few cut penalties from her.
Unfortunately,
She always
so.
sees my cuts.
Jam is starting.
Ooh, we got San Fernando Jammer pushing through. Although they're knocked down, they were able to skirt through, finding a lot of contentions. Again, one hit after another on those Denver blockers, able to skirt through. But as the pack speeds up, Birdie is able to get past a few of those San Fernando blockers. But as they reform in front, the pack slows into turn 3. I believe that's American hurled off of San Fernando. As both packs split apart, Birdie able to skirt through for that lead jammer status, but once again, Sugar and Feist is close behind.
Maybe 30 feet behind her.
30 feet. Oh, okay, beautiful. San Fernando blockers were able to set up in a tripod and time their drop. Denver wasn't able to get any points on that because of that move. Of course, being quick on that call off, that didn't mean San Fernando wasn't able to get any either, but you love to see a well-timed drop like that.
That was perfect. Textbook. That did give each one of the teams a 0-0 point differential on that one.
As we're starting again, we got Lisness over Denver and Ginger for San Fernando. Once again, Lisness using the most from those ladders. A quick hop to the inside line secures them that lead. Ginger finding quick contention, trying to push through those arms through the middle, but is taking it off. Lisness with one quick hit. Once again, skirts to the middle. That's 4 points for Denver. Ginger able to skirt through, but one hit from Bash. Once again, Bash has shown competence in delivering those hits as well to try and deny those jammers. Once they get out of that, I like to call them the attack dog blocker.
Yeah. I would say she's hungry today.
She's hungry.
She's been eating some of these jammers up.
Lisness, once again, quick laterals outside to the in. Another 4 points. Ginger trying to get a little bit of help from the San Fernando blocker offense, but Denver is so good at reforming that tripod in front. That's another 4 points for Lisness. Still not letting that jammer through. But it does look like, once again, as the pack spread out, Lisness was able to get another 4. Now starting to slow down and bide their time. Ginger struggling to find what to do next as the blockers spread out into that second straightaway. Denver once again using beautiful recycles.
How many points is that so far for number 55
So
for
far,
Denver?
that looks to be 20. Which with, again, 4 minutes left in the game has pretty much secured Denver the win. As they're calling it off with some beautiful offense from Denver, securing 22 points for Denver Roller Derby.
Wow. 22
What
points. That has
incredible
to
defense.
be the highest
I think it
scoring
is.
jam of this game.
With 3 minutes left
Wait,
on
is
that
that
clock.
22 or 27? Do you see that?
Ah,
versus American Bulldog.
22.
Gotcha. This jam
Both
has
jammers trying to
started.
use those laterals as San Fernando contesting that middle smack. Oh, gains an illegal contact with the power jam for San Fernando Valley. Number 8-3 skirting through as both walls slow down past that turn 2. San
But they're-
Fernando sets up for offense.
A power jam for San Fernando.
Ooh, no pack is called. Pack is reformed as that offense comes in. Denver jammer is standing. San Fernando Valley jammer 8-3 able to skirt through as that pack is stretched out. Denver reforms 3 in front.
They're beginning to bridge.
San Fernando, number 8-3, once again delivering some hits on Nikita. Does look like an illegal contact from Nikita from a no pack from what it looks like. Denver passes that to 1-1. 1-1 is now your jammer for Denver Roller Derby.
That is Sheba Dangerous.
Sheba Dangerous. The pack, both packs running quite a bit into turn 4. Right 3, San Fernando able to skirt through. Calling it there with 4 points. In total, that's going to be 8 for San Fernando.
So now we have 116 to 159 Denver Roller Derby with about 2 minutes left, 1:45 left.
Yes, that's correct. Both jammers hitting, Sucrose testing that. Ooh, but at the same time, L is able to test the same lateral. Sucrose fighting through with a little bit of help on that offense. Wasn't able to take that outside line, but is contesting onto Bash. Skirts through past their initial. L skirting through the middle. Is being contested by a tripod. Ooh! Sucrose tries for an apex jump, but is denied. This pack is forced to reform into that turn 2. Looking like we're very stretched out, but pack is front. Denver having to skirt through, pick up momentum to reform that pack. Sucrose is starting to get stopped by that Denver wall in the back.
Those are some
Denver
tough
Sims.
walls.
Honestly. Denver L is also stopped in that front by a beautiful pocket on that inside line. L isn't able to give offense, but some powerful offense knocks down 2 San Fernando blockers, but isn't enough because they're able to hold 2 blockers on L on wheels.
Yep.
Again, those same 2, it looks like, forces a recycle. Wow. We've got about 10 seconds left on that period clock, 30 for the jam. Both teams slowing to a halt in that turn 3.
Wow.
San Fernando does lose L on that outside line. L securing that 4. Sucrose passing the jammer cover to 480 as both walls start to speed up and stop into that first turn straight away. Both teams speed up quite a bit. Both jammers trying to make the most of it, but L is slowed more.
And
with that
Sammy,
call-off.
480 from San Fernando Valley, was able to try to get as many points as they were able to get. Really
Right.
was using their hips to spin around.
What a wonderful effort.
Great game. 120 for San Fernando Valley Roller Derby. And 160, let's go back. 123 for San Fernando is the unofficial score. And then 165 for Denver Roller Derby standbys.
What an amazing effort of just textbook blocking and those recycles being a deadly example of why, as a jammer, you're not going to want to take lines. But if you're like me and you're kind of lazy, you want to take the lines, gives a beautiful opportunity for recycling.
Yes, I did see a lot of that recycling and just the hits from both teams. Again, I do believe that the blockers really helped. They're going so fast, it's really hard to kind of call the blockers for what they're doing for their jammer at that moment in time, but it was wonderful. Right now, the victory lap from Denver.
Once again, I want to give big thanks to our officials, which make these games happen. We've got Monta Malher, Gluteus Catamus, Monta Malher, Mothmam, Skate Trace, Polyslammerus, Battlin, Huggins, Sonar, Candide Bacon, G. Innes, Fibonacco, Chemical Resistant, Margie Ram, Outrage Jess, Primeval, Spider Monk, and Cookies.
Great, and so our next game is going to be at 4 o'clock is when it's scheduled.
Let's see, what games are playing at 4 o'clock?
It is going to be the Tampa Bay Roller Derby teams, the Tantrums, against one of the monster mashups.
Ooh, that looks like a fun one. I believe costumes will be worn.
No, I love costumes.
It's one of the best parts of roller derby.
And I think right now I'm getting hungry again
That's correct. Oh my gosh.
because our catering sponsor is Mediterranean food, Sawa Mediterranean. And I'm going to check them out. So
Once again, before we go, a thank you to our vendor and sponsor, Rhino Sports Massage, which I'm sure some of these players are going to be taking great advantage of after a game like this. And we do have Skate Rats in the building, providing us safe gear for all of our skaters.
Great. We'll see y'all at 4 o'clock.
Thank y'all very much.